we have won the die roll, so we will start, and let's see if this is a hand we can keep for our game 3. It has all our mana and our top end, so Geist and Siege Rhino. Is that enough? Against an unknown opponent? I think it is. I will not mulligan this. If I knew that I had to be fast to win this game, I probably would not have kept this hand, but since we're on the play and mulliganing is bad, and this hand isn't actually really bad, I will keep this. So what lands do I want to get? I want white. I want let's start with a red land and make it either red white or red blue. I think red blue, since we can get white from our Windswept Heaths. He's playing Blackcleave Cliffs. That can mean a whole lot of things, but whenever I see Blackcleave Cliffs, it most often is a Graveyard interaction deck. What did I say? I said red, blue, I think. Not paying alive. I'm going to use Goyo's Vengeance to recur things like Griselbrand. Doesn't always have to be like that, but a lot of times it is. Wooded Foothills. The green mana there might suggest he is more of a jump list than a straight red black list, but it might also indicate that he wants more fetches than only the red black ones. So what do we want here? We want green white, not green white. We want green black. And use the Windswept Heath to get the white. Do I want double green or double red? I think double green at this time is, well, yes, I want double green because Overgrown Tomb can't pay for Siege Rhino. I need another green source for that. So Temple Garden. This time I am going to pay the life and cast a Geist. Tribal Flames will hit for 5. And Siege Rhino. I still need another green source because it's white and black, and then I need a green source. But Wooded Foothill can get me a basic forest, and that will be enough. So I can cast all my cards right now. And indeed, it seems like a jumped list. Another Blackcleave Cliffs, and it seems like he is ready to make his first play as well, which is a Liliana. And that is quite a shame, since it means Geist will be gone. I have drawn a Path to exile, which is nice because I can discard it to Liliana. I'm gonna get another Geist online anyway. Geist can get rid of Liliana and the Angel token to his face. or the other way around. Anyway, Liliana will be gone next turn. I can get rid of a blocker with Path or Trial of Flames if he is trying to go for blockers. We will see. I could also just play the Siege Rhino if he doesn't do anything. Geist having hexproof is really valuable here. So what will be his play? Wooded Foothills slated to get a forest of some kind. As long as we don't need to crack it, I won't crack it, since it can help me get bounce back from land destruction. And at the moment I have all the lands I need. And getting a basic forest I can do anytime. Goyf is something I will probably part away. And I don't need two of those. Getting a forest I can do in my own time, so I don't need to crack it anytime soon. The only time I need to crack it is just before I'm casting my Siege Rhino. A Lightning Bolt can get rid of Liliana, and I get to keep that card up right now. Since I won't be making another play probably, I could fire off Tribal Flames to his face, but I think that's a little bit premature. I probably get more mileage out of it if I use it to burn off a blocker to get Geist of Saint Traft through. Geist is going to Liliana, and the Angel token is going to his face. Right. Some kind of error occurred, and I don't know how or what, but it seems like I can't use it to attack him. So let's see if I can get... Yes, it has to attack the same target. That is really bad for me, because I wanted him to have 4 life less. So do I want to fire off Tribal Flames now? No. I think the best route to victory is just having the Geist in play and constantly providing a constant source of damage, rather than firing off one-time burn. I do have a lot of one-time burn now. It's 5 plus 6 is 11 points of burn already, and if I cast it while attacking with the Angel token, that means I'll get 2 points more, which would be 13. With the 6 already would be lethal with burn alone. So let's just not... well, let's just play the Siege Rhino after combat, because relying on burn doesn't play around a life gain. and Siege Rhino does by getting another creature in play. So let's get a green land and a red land, since that lets me cast 2 burn spells next turn. So green, black, white, and the colors for the Siege Rhino. My opponent is taking his time plotting his actions, but I assume Siege Rhino is getting killed in his end step. Terminate, yes. That's what's happening. It doesn't really matter because we still have 8 points of burn in Tribal Flames and Lightning Bolt, and 6 power coming in from attacks alone. Yes, that is enough to win the game. Our opponent doesn't think he can win, and that's against a Geist of Saint Traft only. We did not show him anything else of the deck, so he doesn't know there's a lot of Goblin Guides, Scurd Apes and Wild Macaddles. He only knows about the Geist and Siege Rhinos. That would be good for us. Qasali Pride Mages, again, I haven't seen anything that indicates that they might be good, so let's get them out for Scavenging Oozes. Trun, not really. The Hexproof is really nice, but it is really slow, and I don't think slow wins here. I want to go as fast as possible and burn him out. Lightning Helixes I don't think are necessary. He doesn't have a lot of early drops I want to burn away that I need Lightning Helixes for, so I will submit as is. So this is the third game of the third match. Let's see if this is a hand we can keep. Difficult. The same hand as the first game. 2 guys and a burn spell. I don't know if this will win. But it was enough last turn, so let's not mulligan. Again, we're on the draw now, so we might draw into something. The Inquisition will get rid of Geist or Tribal Flames. I can see taking both, since well, I think he will take Geist. However, I can't play both at once, so Tribal Flames limits my options a lot, and Geist of Saint Traft will get some of my power out of my hand. So I do want to fetch now, since I can't play anything anyway. I already have black, green, red and white, so I need to get a blue here. I want to get red-blue, since I only have 1 red source, but that's not going to happen with this hand. So I will get a breeding pool, and I will not pay the life here. Next turn, Temple Garden, turn afterwards into a mountain, turn afterwards into an overgrown tomb, gets us all of our mana. In play with a windswept heat to get whatever he demolishes with eventual land destruction, a Goyf. 3-4, is there already a sorcery in the graveyard? Yes, there is. So if I get 2 new land types, I can burn it away, which I can do the Sacred Foundry. I will pay the life, yes, and I will Tribal Flames and the Goyf for 4. If there was not already a sorcery in the graveyard, Tribal Flames would resolve first, the damage would be marked on the Goyf, but before the damage would be checked if Goyf would survive, Tribal Flames would go into my graveyard and would count towards his toughness. Another Goyf, that's a shame since we don't have an answer for that. So the Goyf would be a 3-5 because of that, before the damage would be checked to see if it would survive. We have white, blue, so we can just play this land here to minimize our help payments and get Geist on the table. He missed a land drop, so that's quite telling. That means I won't have to be as afraid of Liliana of the Veil as I otherwise would have to be this turn, and it might prompt him to not attack here. He is thinking about it. If he attacks, I will not block, I will just attack him back for way more. Scavenging Users will be great against Tarmogoyf since I can shrink it. Right. I will not block. I will attack him back for more. Well, that's the plan. I want to get Overgrown Tomb in play, not paying the life. This way we have all 5 cards. And this puts him on a 3-turn clock. If he had left the Tarmogoyf back to block, I would still attack here. Probably Lightning Bolt him away when he blocks and play the other Geist. That would mean I'm paying 2 life, but that doesn't matter. At the moment I don't have any other plays to make. Geist is legendary, can't have 2, which is a shame. And let's just keep Lightning Bolt up. An Inquisition. So, do I want to fire off Lightning Bolt now and have him take Geist, or do I want to give him the choice? I will give him the choice. Geist is a point of burn more than Lightning Bolt if I just attack with it. Yes, he takes the Geist anyway, which leaves me with the Bolt in hand to wait for better targets. Next turn I probably should play the Temple Garden, get a second White Source, or the Steam Vents. No, I think this is fine. Paying the life? No. Instance not yet in the graveyard, so it will grow the Goyf, but it will also kill the Goyf. And let me attack for 6 here. which is half his life total. And that's nice because next turn the same attack will be lethal. It now puts the pressure on my opponent to do something. However, I already have a Tribal Flames, 2 Lightning Bolts in my graveyard. Also 2 Geist. He thinks this deck is only Geist and Burn, right? And a Siege Rhino. Well, he might not be wrong. Third land means we will probably lose the Geist here, since I think it's a Liliana. It's what he was waiting for all along. And that means that we now have to draw into our reach to finish him off. I don't regret casting the Lightning Bolt on him, on his creatures. Another line of play would be to have attack the Geist into his Goyf and bolt, only play 1 bolt to it, but that would have left me with no Geist and him at 5, since the Angel would only deal 1 damage more than the second bolt, which is better now, but him missing another land would have been so much better for me that I think this line of play was correct. I'm not playing the life here, and will I attack Liliana? I don't think I do. I want to get him down as fast as possible. Since I said I'm hoping to draw into my burn here. Okay, a Slaughter Pact that will lose his next turn, since he has to use all his mana to pay for it. But he does get to take up Liliana here, which might be valuable. And having his life total be above 5 is certainly very valuable for him. So that's not a bad play. He doesn't take up Liliana. That's nice. It also means I'm now going to put him at 1. I will not redirect it, since he refused to take it up. It's not going to be an issue for me. And if I don't draw anything before he ultimates it, then I'm in a bad spot anyway. Keeping it in hand is not an option for me, because that would give him an incentive to cast it, to take up Liliana. And having a Liliana not ticked up means he can't use Liliana to get rid of my creature. He has to use something else. He probably has something else, because otherwise he would have ticked up Liliana. Right, a Lightning Bolt. That's fine. I have to get it out of his hand eventually. What could be in his hand that he is not willing to not take up Liliana? That means all his cards he wants to keep. But sitting around like this will not win him the game, because eventually I will draw into one of my remaining Lightning Bolts or Tribal Flames, or even Siege Rhinos. Abrupt Decay. Right, this will keep him alive for a while, I think, but if he doesn't take up Liliana, he will have nothing to pressure me, and he won't move closer to his own victory here. This way I am still slowly winning. terminating the Curtape, whose life has only just begun. Slightly cruel, but it had to happen. It doesn't seem he's playing with any fetches, or I haven't seen any of them yet. Being at 1 would make them useless, but he has an Urborg, so that means he can still tap them for black and use them as basic swamps, essentially. Paying 5 life for something. A Thundermaw Hellkite. Wow. Well, that's not really scary, but it does put a quick clock on me. I have to draw something quite fast now. Still not taking up Liliana, it seems. Maybe he wants to attack first. Wooded Foothills. I will use it at the end of his turn to get one of my lands out of my deck. It's a little bit less chance to draw it, because, well, I really don't want to draw one of my lands now. I need one of my burn spells here. I really need one of my burn spells now. Please, deck. Another Liliana. Well, that is fine. No clue why he did it like this, but I guess it's better than ticking the previous one up. Still, this doesn't improve the situation for him. Any card that would get me out of this would not matter to Liliana. I'm already at 3, so I would die to a lightning bolt anyway. Going to 2 doesn't make a whole lot of difference. Not paying the life, of course. And I am dead. It's a shame. But let's go to game 3. All we have to do is attack, so let's attack. Right. Sideboarding. Now I've seen a bit more out of his deck. Do I want to sideboard differently? He has a lot of spot removal, so maybe Siege Rhinos are not what I want. No, Becoming Mans is not what I want, since that is playing right into his spells. Vines of Fastwood is probably going to be good. Anything else? Don't want to take out a Siege Rhino? No, I think that is fine. What spells, Direct Burn, did I still have in my deck? I still had 2 bolts, 2 Tribal Flames, 3 Attacker's Command and 4 Siege Rhinos. Hitting on burn so much times in a row, missing on burn, not hitting, is a bit unfortunate, but it happens. I also had 3 of my guys in my first 10-20 casts, something like that, so Guys is one of the better cards against him, except when he has Liliana, and I have nothing to go with it. So let's resubmit it. It seems fine. I will start, and will I keep this hand? Maybe, maybe not. Goblin Guide is one of the best draws here, so I will not mulligan this. I will play the Sacred Foundry first, because white mana is something I don't want to pay life for on turn 2. If I want to do anything with this hand on turn 2, it would probably be a Path to Exile. He will draw a Terminate. Well, maybe I don't want to use Path then. But let's see how far Goblin Guide can go. I do really need to draw into more threats because, like we saw in the first game, he doesn't have a whole lot of threats, so I want to get green and blue, I think. Or do I want to get black? It doesn't really matter, but let's get blue. Since Geist is earlier on the curve than Rhino, and those are well, blue and black is what I need for only for those cards. Pay 2 life, yes. Get the Wild Nacatl out, keep part up, and attack with the Goblin Guide. Last turn we revealed a Terminate, and now reveal an Inquisition. Well, he can't cast both of them at the same time, so that is fine. But we do need to be aware that he can strip one of our cards out of our hand, and maybe both, I don't know. I don't think he wants to sacrifice his turn by taking cards out of our hand while being on a 3-turn clock on board. He is at 15 and we are dealing 5 a turn. We can deal another 5 with Attacker's Command if both of our creatures live and he plays no blockers. However, he is playing with Fetch. However, I don't think that's likely because he's either casting a Terminate here or he's trying to cast Hand Disruption. Terminate on the Nacatl, I believe. Yes, it is. So that means there's only 4 extra damage. No, it's not. So I want to get red black here. Which is the Blood Crypt. Yes, I would like to pay the life. I would get this guy in play. And I would cast Attacker's Command, 3 damage to each opponent and creatures, +1/+1 until end of turn. Also, I have all 5 colors. I think I already said that, but yeah, I'm doing this before attacks because if he has a Slaughter Pact, which is unlikely to be cast now, but maybe he would, I would rather cast it before I put the attack triggers on the stack. If he has 2 lands on a row on top, then he would draw them both. A non-land on top will be revealed twice, so that's not an issue, but hey. A Lightning Bolt. Well, that lets him get rid of my part and Lightning Bolt one of the guides in the same turn. It's not ideal, but maybe he has other cards to play with it. Maybe an Abrupt Decay and a Lightning Bolt to get rid of my board. That would be a decent play for him. A Maelstrom Pulse for both goblins. Also not bad. But it is bad for me since... well, never mind. I have drawn the perfect card here. I will not pay the life for the Stomping Ground and pass the turn. He doesn't have double black. He could have, but it will make him hurt himself. And any damage he does to himself now puts him in range of lethal to... oh, this might be really bad for him. because I have the part up. If he doesn't strip the part of my hand, out of my hand, he will be dead this turn. If he doesn't strip the part, it means... if he does strip the part, it means he paid life with the Wooded Foothills, and it puts him in range of my burn spell. So I think he is in a very, very bad spot by playing Tessica here. And he does play, use the Foothills, and puts him at 5. I suspect this might be even more, because, no, does he put it untapped into play, or untapped? Now even my lightning bolts and siege rhinos are lethal. However, playing birds means I can't kill him with the part alone. Doesn't mean I'm not going to try here. I will probably put him at 1, because he has to jump the angel token to stay alive. If he blocks the guys, he will be dead to the angel. So, do I want to play the Curative? I know he has to. He has a lightning bolt, so it probably won't survive. But if I keep it in my hand, I don't think it will do much for me either. So yeah, let's just play it. The lightning bolt, he can't do it on my turn, he has to do it next turn, which means he has less mana to do things with. And the Inquisition we saw will be a dead card now, because any card we draw we will cast immediately or play as a land. And that is the game. Well, the deck performed quite well, I would say.